Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello creepy friends, welcome to Slams and Bobs. I have mentioned this on either Look Fantastic or Birchbox. I believe it was the Birchbox opening video that I did in fact order two brand new bareMinerals products, and they were both on QVC. They were both wonderfully special offers, and they were thankfully on payment plans because, as you guys know, I'm not rich and cannot afford to buy things, just spend money willy-nilly. I don't have that money. And the first one I have for you guys is this one right here. This is Gorgeous Eyes Unlocked. I'm going to kind of turn it to the side. And in this kit, you get 10 eyeshadow shades. And I have all 10 across my forearm here. Now, what I'm actually going to do is, in the info down here, I'm going to give you a whole list of each shade, or actually I might even put... So what I'm going to do is move to one side and I'm going to put all the shades here. Not all of them are glittery shades. There are some fabulously glitter shades. I'm wearing two shades at the minute. I will get onto those in a sec. They are just a wonderful mix. I mean, I don't think when I saw the video it did it justice. When I first didn't really want to buy it because I have so many palettes and so many different types of eyeshadow things. You probably know that the Too Faced chocolate bars are some of my favourite palettes, so I was a little bit reluctant to buy this at first, but then it started to become unavailable, and then it was kind of a bit of an impulse thing, but now I have it. I'm really glad it's in my life. So I will undo the box, because I haven't really done much with this. I haven't actually looked at this yet. This comes inside the box. This is Gorgeous Eyes Unlocked. This is one of the Christmas gift sets as well, I must confirm to you. It's probably limited edition. I know QVC have entirely sold out now, but keep watching because they may bring it back. So you have in this card a few different ideas of looks, and it obviously tells you how to keep your eyes and what to do. Obviously, as we know, you put the lightest shade on the inner and the darker shade on the outer. That's the basic rule of eyeshadows, I think. In this, you can clearly see that they do the exact opposite of that on this. So maybe my rules are wrong. So these are the shades you get right here. There are 10 wonderful little shades. I think they're probably only like a gram each. It's not loads. But we're going to go through each colour. Remember the chart that we had. Total cost of this whole set was £36. It was on an easy pay instalment of £12 a month. The first shade we have in this lovely little set is this one on my wrist right here. This is Pistachio. It is a very white, kind of metallic shade. It's not glittery in any way, really, that I can see. I think this would be perfect for doing a 1950s inspired eye. The second shade we have is this one right here. This is called Mystique, and it is a lilac-y, glittery pigmented eyeshadow. And there is a shade coming up called Wearable Plum. All I keep looking at when I think of this is Elsa from Frozen. Elsa has purpley eyes and kind of a dark pinkish lip, and I'm determined to do that as a tutorial for you guys this year. I did it last year with a Shiseido palette, and to be honest, we could use both. But this shade is lovely. It's very frosty looking, and it's very mysterious looking as well. It totally lives up to its name. The third shade we have in the box is this one here, which has a slight streak on the arm. I'm sorry about that. This is called High Style, and it's kind of a peachy, very sugary, light pink shade. Kind of like the Pistachio, but with much more of a pink undertone, I think. Again, you could use this as a vintage eye, or you could use it to highlight, or to just use as a base colour to build upon. The shade Scepter is in this part of my eye. I think I worked it right up into just up the brow bone and just under here, and also right under the lash line here to complete the look. It was only a very basic 2 shadow look and was easily done and easily achieved. And this is what Scepter looks like. It is a bronze shade, kind of brown, I'd say bronze, with a metallicness about it, if not a gold glitter pigment. I think this could look very great if you just put a bit of rock crystal or wearable light pistachio in the inner corner of the eye and use this on the rest. Maybe even sweep it under the lash line, or maybe even just put a slight bit of nightingale on the outer corner just for a bit more definition. It would absolutely stand alone really well as an eyeshadow, and under any lighting, day or night, it would look amazing. The next shade I have is called Wearable Dark Plum. Now on my forearm it's this shade right here, and it's a very matte, deep purple shade. Probably you could mix this in with the shade Mystique, and maybe overlay it or use Mystique on this part and then put this wearable plum on the outside. Maybe even bring Mystique just under the eye to create a really kind of mysterious look, kind of, you know, Mystique. We're getting into the feel of it. The next shade we have is this one right here. This is Rock Crystal. It's definitely more of a very light yellow buttercream shade, and here it is on the forehand. Very, very light, very glimmery, very nice looking. I think this would look great mixed in with a couple of the darker shades down my arm, or even with the wearable dark plum that we just saw. The next shade we have is Lyric. This is this shade right here on the forearm, as you can see, and here is the actual shade itself. Lyric, like the daughter of Adam Copeland and Beth Phoenix, yay, two pro wrestlers. I love the name Lyric, I think that's cute. It is kind of a brownie shade, very, very glittery gold as well. So right for the festive season. You could probably get away with doing a heavy smoky eye with this, with maybe just a touch of lightness in the inner corner, or use it on the outer corners to just define and smoke out your eyes. The next shade on the list does have a slight streak on it. Again, I'm very sorry about that. This is the shade Rhyme. Rhyme is kind of like a light orangey almost shade, and here it is on the forehand. One of the matte shades. There's no glimmer in this one. If there is glimmer, it's probably more likely because it's rubbed off from another eyeshadow. This is one of the ones I'm wearing today. I am wearing this across the eye here, and I'll get on to what the one I'm wearing on the outer corner. It went on really well. I've probably got about 2-3 coats of this on my eyes, and it's really effective on the eye. It's really brightening and really pretty looking, I think. The next shade we have is this one here. We're nearly done. This is a light grey shade called Filigree. It is kind of silvery, kind of grey, very, very silver sparkly. You could use this so many ways. It's ridiculous how many things you could do with this. There's so many ideas going through my head. Defining eye, smoky eye, glittery eye, so many things you could do. It's ridiculous. The penultimate shade is this one right here. This is Scepter, the shade Scepter, and it is indeed the colour I am wearing on the outer edge of my eye and slightly underneath the lash line. This is a very, very kind of browny shade, brown gold, hazel if you like. It's so gold glittery and it looked so nice on the eye. Again, so multi-usage. I probably wouldn't be inclined to sweep this over the whole eye if it were me, purely because I don't think my green eyes would suit the whole shade, but a brown eye might suit it, or possibly even a blue, I don't know. The final shade in the box is a black shade. It is Nightingale. It is right on the end of my forearm here, and here it is on a hand. It's got a light shimmer about it, a light glitter. I think it looks more glittery than it is because the last shade was so very sparkly, it's insane. I wouldn't use this over the whole eye. I think black is too dark unless you're going for the Taylor Momsen style eye we did at Halloween. Little hack for you, I'm also wearing Nightingale on my eyebrows. You guys know I tend to do brow hacks rather than go out and spend a lot of money on a brow powder and the shade Nightingale. I have dark eyebrows anyway, so I just used an angled brush and just filled in any gaps I had to do my eyebrows, and they don't look overdone at all. I hate it when you see people with very, very overdone, drawn on eyebrows. We've had this talk before. And this just really finished me off well. It's not too glittery, so I don't end up looking like I've got pigments of glitter all over my eyebrows, but it just finished me off well. I always think when you get a palette that isn't predominantly coloured, when it's sort of more like a naked palette, there's always something in there that you could use for your brows. There's always something that will suit everybody. And it will save you having to go out and buy that brow pencil and buy that brow powder and think, I'm buying this tiny tub and it's so much money. You can just double up and use the eyeshadows. I've also used mascara on my eyebrows as well. So sadly, that is indeed the end of the whole set. The thing with this set is there's so many shimmery shades that you could use for Christmas and New Year parties. I personally hate New Year parties. But there's so much choice and so much variation. I mean, how many things do you think you could do with these? You could do so much, it's ridiculous. And also with some of the shades, certainly with stuff like you have Scepter and Rhyme, Rock Crystal, all of this first line, you could easily use in the summer. You could easily use to make beachy looks and laid back looks and just light summery glows. they're not all necessarily aimed at wintry looks. So you're getting so much. I think I'm stuck on Urban Decay here, but I know Urban Decay will sometimes put shadows in the Naked palettes and in stuff like the Vice palettes. I love that Vice palette. I want it so much. And I keep seeing the Gwen Stefani stuff teased online as well. Get shades in those palettes that aren't actually included or aren't available to buy separately. How many of these you are able to buy separately, I do not know. This is my first ever look at bareMinerals eyeshadows, and I'm really excited by them. They're very easy to wear, they slick on the eye, and they're nice for a loose powder too. I love them so much, and I can't recommend them enough. If you can try and get this from QVC or get it anywhere, it's definitely a worthy buy. So thank you for watching this and watching the guide on the arm. I'm sorry, I think next time I need to put it on the inner wrist so that I can see it more, rather than try to twist my arm around like this. It's a learning curve. We'll learn here. We're all newbies and we're all friends, and we all just make asses of ourselves together, as I like to do. If you like any of the shades, do tell me. If you like anything, if you'd like me to try and achieve some looks with these shades, please tell me, because I will gladly do that. That sounds like fun, actually. Maybe we should start doing that. Maybe not as 2-min toots. I would try and use these more as like more time spent. Obviously 2-min toots I do just really specifically for work looks and different things like that, just a quick on the go look. We would definitely spend more time with these. So if you'd like anything like that, do tell me. If there was anything else you'd like me to look at, do tell me. I'm not rich, so please don't ask me to go out and buy too many products. If you'd like to subscribe, if you'd like to follow Instagram or Twitter that I neglect all the time, please do. And I will see everybody when the 22-piece sets arrives. Bye everyone.